Hello YouTube and welcome back to my Frieren Beyond Journey's End reaction series. We're back here again today for episode 14 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. Last week we had two fantastic episodes kind of culminating in a new member joining the party. So welcome to Zion. I'm still going with Zion, you know what I mean. I'm really waiting for one of the resident Germans to correct me, but if nobody minds me saying Zion, then I'm going to keep saying it. But yeah, two great episodes, and I've got some YouTube comments here that are kind of about it, but mostly they're about fireman carries, but we'll get into it. First comment here from Salo Kanal. The idea of Lord of the Mountain is another Japanism. Gods dwell everywhere, and mountains have lords who maintain order, make sure that the area flourishes, and keeps out evil spirits. They appear in the form of big and old animals and are often considered to be either gods or helpers to the gods. Something Shintoism. There's probably some articles out there about mountain gods or lords of the mountain. You'll occasionally come across that term in anime. Mushishi is a great example if you wanted to learn more. And from what I know about this show, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, okay. Again, it's a pretty broad concept. You can apply it to a lot of different cultures, but there's probably some specific Japanese connections in it that are relevant, considering, why else would it be in this thing that isn't set in Japan? I don't know, pretty neat detail, I guess. Just something to consider going forward, maybe. Continuing here with a second comment. I recently watched your Katanagatari reactions, and you also said fireman carry there. I've literally never heard that term before. In the world of anime, it's referred to as a princess carry. And it does carry some romantic intent sometimes. I think the idea here is that Fern feels weird/embarrassed about having Stark carry Frieren in that manner. Yeah, I understood this, even if I didn't communicate that particularly well. I was saying the wrong thing. So I meant princess carry, like the entire time. Like holding somebody in two hands. Again, romantic implication there, especially a boy doing it to a girl. If people want to know what a fireman carry, put it up on screen here somewhere. It's more over the shoulders. It's what a fireman uses to carry somebody, really. The only reason I know it is they have, like, stupid competitions where you're supposed to fireman carry your wife or something and race around. I don't know, maybe that's an Australian thing, but that's the reason why I know the term. But yes, I will be saying princess carry from now on. Next up is a fairly humorous comment from Cerberus here. Imagine Himmel using a sword from Walmart or Alibaba to kill the Demon Lord. That's next level disrespect from badass Himmel. Do you get it? Because he's him? Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, this killed me. He's using some like Timu junk to kill like the Demon Lord just because he's that good. I mean, as long as it does the job, a sword's a sword. A sword's gonna cut stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. We've already seen with Stark that it's all about you channeling your energy through a weapon as opposed to the weapon being the thing that's powerful. So I mean, he's channeling all of his energy through this, reject shop garbage. More power to him, I say. Airwave 2K2, next comment here. Episode 12 contains two separate chapters, Village of Swords/Present for a Warrior. For the first part of the episode, the subversion of the hero sword trope is a 50-50 until it's cleared up. Strong character building for Himmel. Many commenters want Stark to try drawing the hero's sword, which is funny, since you learn that you don't need the item to be a hero. I also find this funny. It's very ironic. It's like they didn't even understand what the whole subversion was about. Anyway, but still people want to see the symbolic act. I guess I can understand that. Both chapters flow into each other pretty well, since we get Stark character build up in both. Fern's perv accusation runs through both of the previous episodes though, since she doesn't have a good concept of how to deal with Stark that well, which leads to all these interesting relationship moments between them. Yeah, this was plus points for the episode last week. I thought that, again, it felt whole, it felt singular, it felt like I could be satisfied watching just that one episode. And yes, it'll be interesting, because, again, Fern's an orphan, right? And, has grown up to be adult age, I guess. I think she is. With really just Frieren around. There really wasn't any boys her age. So this is kind of like the first time she's even seeing what a teenage boy is like. Again, I'm pretty... I know Stark's age. Stark is 18. There you go. 18 is very mature for sure. No. So she's learning that process for the first time, which is pretty daunting, I will say. For the Village of Warriors, a thing that is sneaky that you didn't touch on is that Stark's father is the only one wearing black dress that would hide mud or blood, unlike the white capes the rest wear, which makes him a hypocrite in some way. Not saying that he is, but he is introduced to us this way of looking down on others. This is a great point. Yeah, so he's coming from this place of authority where he's sitting on top, where he has maybe even earned this black cloak, where he doesn't need to go through the same trials and tribulations that these other people in the village need to go through, right? Potentially because he's already done them, but potentially he is not able to do them anymore. Potentially Stark's father is talking a good game, but can't really back it up anymore. That's the kind of vibe I get off of him. Episode 13 contains 2 separate chapters as well, The Priest of the Ordinary Village and Priest and Regret. So here you have an episode that has 2 dealing with Cyan's introduction, backstory, and how he gets into the party. It leads over into each other and feels therefore very consistent, another plus point for me. I think you are not alone in not getting the dollhouse-sized item joke. I still don't understand it. I still haven't found any explanations otherwise. Sure. For Himmel, I think you know maybe why he's so heavily affected by the kiss. I have my suspicions. Eisen and Haita for sure know that Himmel is into Frieren, but she doesn't get it. Maybe along the journey we're going to understand a little bit, like, Frieren's going to figure that out a little bit more, right? And why this was so special and whatever the hell. Even if the romantic thing continues to be an implication instead of actual plot. We'll say. Just 2 episodes before we met Kraft, and many people apparently wanted him to be added to the group, but we subverted it and they parted ways. So now you should be on edge thinking maybe Cyan will and won't enter the party, but I'm relieved that he did. He seems like a good, you know, addition to the party. I think the jury's still out if he's going to like kind of live up to the big expectations put on him based on how good Fern and Stark are. And if we didn't have enough fireman carry, we got some more fireman carries here from Jeff Liu. So apparently there's 2 kinds of fireman carries. The one that I talked about before, over the shoulders, right? But there's also the, I guess, heroic fireman princess carry that looks better for filming. Apparently both are used in firefighting. One's used for children. That'd be the one like this, right? Because it gives them better support on their neck and back. And the other one is better for adults because it gives you better leverage if they're heavy, which they should be. They should be heavier than children, you'd think. So yeah, I've learned a lot about the different carries that you do for different people, but I guess I'm going to continue to say princess carry so everyone else can follow along. So yeah, last week, new party member. It's Cyan. Everyone say yay. Yay. And we're an open book again. We can kind of go in any direction we want. If I was writing it, I would write a few things where Cyan was the star in whatever way. How he is interrupting the group dynamic. How he may influence Stark. There seems to be a bit of a growing thing there where he may be a bad influence, quote unquote. How Fern's going to relate to that. Is she going to double down on her mother shtick and try to, put him into the line? Or are we going to do something completely different? I honestly could not tell you. Either way, I think we're just going to jump right into the episode, but not without my show stuff. So if you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord. Love Discord. Discord. And yeah, we're jumping into episode 14 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End right now. Just play with my lighting a little bit there. I think it's better, but there's the episode up there with 24 minutes and 30 seconds on it, so sync up accordingly. There will be a picture-in-picture version in the description below. Please click on the link if that's something that interests you. Otherwise, I'm using the subs please version, and you can, kind of follow along with your own copy. Either way, we're just going to give it a 3, 2, 1 and jump right in. So 3, 2, 1, go. 29 years, very soon after where we just were. Pretty cool. I'm definitely recording. We're going shopping. Oh. Okay. What for? What for? Just getting nostalgic, that's okay. Give me an opening, please. Thank you. Yeah, sure. Interesting. I was half expecting them to make like a Cyan looking at the bar joke or something, like he's reflecting Haita. Which we may still do. Yeah, shopping. Shopping is an idea, and connecting that experience with Himmel. That's how Broad's set up so far. I was, yeah, when I downloaded the. Oh my god, I did it again. I always do this when I like. Because I stumble over my words a lot when I'm recording the other portions. So I'll just like stop talking. But I realized I can't stop talking because I'm recording myself and I can't stop. Either way, back to what I was trying to say. Uh, I didn't notice that. I didn't really realize that we're so close to catching up. Like, you guys are at episode 17 or something, I think. I'm at 14. I'm planning on doing 2 next week. We're going to be caught up before long. That's a little bit scary. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Is this thing still going weekly? I know they tend to do hiatuses and that kind of thing. I'm sure people would have let me know if there was one. Anyway, I'm just worried about, like, Demon Girl or whatever the hell. I didn't see, like, a Zion put into the opening again, if you know what I mean. Like, in that, like, final shot. Privilege of the Young. Okay. Why? Why are they fighting? Okay, he's throwing a tantrum? What did you do? What? Okay, no, that is grounds for jail. Stark needs to go to jail. No. Nope. I'm with Fern. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you just met her. No, but you spoke. No. 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 I agree. Ah, you guys, okay. I'm gonna go off on this one. Birthdays are so easy. Okay. I think it's his job to get you a present, actually. So you don't need to do anything. I think you need to sit in your room. I need to see the whole conflict play out. Maybe she went over the line. We'll see. If Frieren thinks she went over the line, maybe, then maybe. Yeah, there you go. That's the evidence as to why you should get her a gift. She's like the Arthur meme. What the hell? Oh, and then this will, Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'll get you that then. What was that line there? What was that about? I literally talked about this in the intro too. That's fun. He's a bit stupid. You're right. He didn't. But he should have started to. That's the reason why you should return the gift. Interesting. Yeah, but also be better. I don't know. I guess he didn't really realize how important birthdays were. That was kind of part of the process of that episode as well. Okay. Thanks, Dad. What are we going to go pick then? Are we going to go pick something? That's another statue of Himmel. Oh, now he's the Arthur meme. Oh my god. Good boy. We love to see it. He's in the same boat that you are. Look at our children being all mature. Isn't that nice? Hold hands. Damn it. One of these times I'm going to be right. Look at that guy's ponytail swaying. Hell yeah. What are you doing up there? She's playing Assassin's Creed. They did. He's got a bit of a limp, though. Yeah, there's literally science behind that. Nah, they looked after me more than anything. Interesting. Oh. Now that's a great touch. I like that too. He was. It's true. Well, I don't like olives either. No. A little bit. It's all about perspective. It took him long enough. Well, yeah, you fake it till you make it. That's definitely true. And that's a great point as well. If you're raising a child, then you need to grow up. That's true. I don't know. God probably. Yeah. Oh, see, it's like it reflects the other one. Okay, yeah, okay. How about just a head pat? There you go. That works. I mean, music's nice. Everyone loves a head pat. I'll be there with you. Don't you worry. Um, what else was I gonna say? Because Frieren is in a weird spot when it comes to the theme of this episode about being young. There you go, that's a nice connection too. Because is she young? Kinda. Hmm. There you go. Bracelet for bracelet. What? Why was he so nervous? Was it expensive or something? Okay, maybe that. Okay. Well, we could have used you last vignette. That would have been great. No. It's a gift from Stark. Yeah, talk to me about this ring. Wait, Himmel gave you a ring? Himmel gave you a ring that you've lost. There we go. Was it also like the fucking One Ring? Okay. I see. Well, that's pretty bad. Where are we going? Oh, with the shopkeeper too? Not really. I have in other pieces of fiction. Essentially, no. We can't. We can't make the thing fly. What about Stark? What do you mean jump down? What do you mean? Something about surface area and dwarves, maybe? Why do you go head first? Yeah, that's very similar to the poison from last week too. Yeah, I think that's the same line even. Well, that's not good. Okay, I think we're gonna have to start. Yep, just okay, animate it. Cool. That'll do it. Alright, now it's go time. I think we made it. I hope. Oh, look at the horse. Kind of. It worked. Well, he would have died without, yeah. just us and this random ass shopkeeper. That's funny. Oh, what a Chad. Talk to me about this ring, please. I think you may have lost the ring, and that may be the plot. Oh, you could go back to your old costumes. Yeah, she wanted him to. Okay, that's great. That's a classic. No, I want you to pick what would look good. No, she doesn't care. She cares that you like it. No. How do you know she likes it? I guess she likes it. Stop hitting me, dude. Well, there you go. But does it have that same design on the ring? Thoughts? Yeah, he knows. He's like me, the audience. He knows. What about the ring, though? Yes, give me mallet. Oh my god, really? I guess we gotta eat. I don't know if we need to eat that much. I guess it's fairly humane. Sure. Well, we'll take it. That's not a good way to sleep. Oh, you're looking for the ring. I hope you're looking for the ring. Otherwise, I'll sound really stupid. She is looking for the ring. Alright. We fixed the cart. That's good. No, that is just the rock. Not quite. So go to bed. Ring. That's terrible. No. I bet Himmel knew, though. No. Wrong. Oh. Womp, womp, womp. That's funny. Give me spell. Now we'll find my lost accessory. I reckon the horse swallowed it or something. That's very pretty. That's extremely pretty, actually. That wide looked gorgeous. Yeah, okay. Oh, it was a thank you for that? Yeah, you're stupid. Of course he knew. There it is. Yeah, did they have to go this hard? What is he doing? Oh, well, you're dense as. He got down on one knee and gave you a ring. How are they not madly in love? Thoughts? Nah, she's just been a tsundere. She looked for it every night, so clearly she cared. Alright. And finally back on our journey. It tracks. Yeah, that episode again felt very cohesive, right? There was this common line running through it about gifts and objects that we give each other not being just the object. It's actually a very Christmassy episode, actually, because it's not about the utility of it. It's not about that. Oh, the accessory looks good or is practical or whatever the hell. It's about the feeling inscribed within it in every instance of this episode, right? The gift. It didn't matter what the gift was from Stark. The thing that was important to Fern was that he was cognizant that it was her birthday and thought of something for her. And same with Himmel and Frieren, right? It's like, I didn't know that the meaning meant this, but the gift is still cherished regardless. And again, ignore all the subtext that probably implicates romances in both cases. Like, it was more just, this was important to me because this was a memento of my journey with Himmel. But now it's taken on a new meaning once you've learned this other part. And again, I think throughout the episode, Zion is very much an audience surrogate where he just understands everything that's going on. Where we're left to, we're on that same level that he is. Smells like trouble. Alright, apparently it smells like trouble, and we're moving on to a little bit of analysis on episode 14. Yeah, what a delightful little episode. Kind of mirroring an episode from 2 episodes ago now, where Fern wanted to get Stark a gift, right? And now we're mirroring the same thing. Now, Fern was expecting a gift from Stark. Now, I initially came down pretty hard on Stark because again, there's rules of engagement for birthday gifts, right? Let me run you through it real quick. If somebody gives you a gift, then you give them a gift. I don't know how that starts, but it starts somehow. If you don't do that, then you're doing a bad job. You're being a bad friend or family member or whatever the hell, right? That's how it works. For instance, my brother can't stand birthdays. He hates them, right? So his birthday was actually yesterday? Was it 2 days ago? It was one of the two. I just said happy birthday. I sent him a message and had a chat and did all that kind of stuff, right? Didn't need a gift, didn't want a gift, right? But I know that my mother really enjoys gifts, so I get her gifts for her birthday and Mother's Day and all that kind of stuff, right? And in turn, she gets me gifts for my birthday and Christmas and everything else in between. And if you can't just reciprocate that, then, like, the first instinct of Stark upon receiving that birthday gift, again, if he was cognizant of what a birthday is, would have been to ask when her birthday is and keep it in mind. But again, he's young, he's growing up. and all that kind of junk, of course. With, again, Stark not being particularly cognizant of the importance of birthdays, right? That was part of the plot of episode 12 as well. If anything, you should have made her a hamburger. That would have been a good, gift for the mightiest warriors. But as I hit on in the ED, the main theme of the episode is around giving gifts, and gifts having a little bit more meaning that we ascribe to them, right? A conveyance of feelings more than the material object. Kind of culminating in this fantastically animated sequence towards the end of the episode, which is here somewhere. It was just gorgeous. It was gorgeous. That was a very gorgeous scene. I think Frieren is running away in the obliviousness sweepstakes. Like, she is the most oblivious person on the planet. Like, how could she not know? Like, Himmel got down on one knee and gave you a ring. He probably likes you. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret there. But again, it fits with her character at the start of the show and the inciting incident in the show to cause that much emotion in her, and her not really understanding why. That now she's coming to these realizations. And then I like the last line here as well. Like, you do realize it had the mirrored lotus and whatever that means as well. And then Frieren's like to Fern, doesn't your bracelet also have that? But yeah, that's because Stark's an idiot. It doesn't have any other implication to it. It's like, come on. Come on. There's an element of destiny there for sure. There was a number of really clever writing decisions all through here. This scene here, where we're kind of reflecting Hytha and Cyan in a really cool way. Like the head pat here being turned into a head pat in the real world or whatever the hell. As well as kind of this Hytha connection and him needing to grow up when he adopted Fern, and kind of inferring that same amount of adulthood in his advice giving to Fern, because he was the person they went to, not Frieren, right? Like, there's some really solid connections here that I really enjoy. However, I should go back to the start of the episode and we'll go through one more time proper. But yeah, really, really great episode again. They just love their pop-off moments attached with really good music. They love that shit. So we're just in the Northern Lands again. We're in the Rad region, which is fucking rad or whatever the hell. I don't know, that was lame. But yeah, we're just kind of continuing. I'm imagining we're still in that valley between the two mountains. And we'll make our way to whatever that place was called that I'm forgetting. Because we must remember that Frieren is still kind of not licensed to be here. Or whatever the hell. Like, you need to have a magic license to be approved for the journey. It's just that the Graph let them through or whatever the hell. Yeah, she needs the magic license. I'm keeping that plot point in my head. I'm always going to shout it out because it's really, really impressive every time I see it. The kind of rounding of an episode here, I'll explain what I mean. Like, yeah, we're out shopping. There's a lot of shopping to do in this town. Immediately flashes back to a time when we were shopping with Himmel, right? All right, Frieren, let's go shopping together later, right? And then that leads to, again, this kind of stuff, you know? That's just great. It makes an episode feel whole. There is a there is a setup, there's probably a remind here somewhere, and there's a payoff. Just great episodic stuff. I'm imagining this isn't in the manga in the same way. This was something that they, at least a few things here added in to make the episode itself for the anime feel more whole. I'm always obsessing about this stuff. I don't know if you noticed. I really, really like it when shows do it. Like, adapt the manga. You don't need to go panel for panel, line for line. Like, it's a different medium. You got to mix it up a little bit. You got to match the story you're telling to the medium you're telling it through. But yeah, just this pre-opening stuff, right? Even the clock tower, which features prominently at the end as well, just right before we dive into the opening. Just like, yeah, that's our setup. Frieren has some kind of feeling or memory around shopping. And then we kind of jump into it very quickly. There is a argument between Fern and Stark. Initially, I thought it was just like a joke thing, but it turned out to be pretty plot important. I'll explain it, I guess. Fern's birthday has arrived. Stark has said, I haven't got you a gift. This makes Fern upset. It's kind of cute, kind of upset, though. There's no tears involved. She's just kind of pouting. She probably said something not very nice, which caused Stark to throw a bit of a tantrum. And yeah, he says he's going to run off back to his master or whatever the hell. Cyan notices. And Frieren is initially on Stark's side, and I was against this. Again, I've explained my position on the subject. But as we progress through the episode, this stance makes a whole lot of sense, right? You know, of course you're siding with the person that didn't get the birthday gift because you don't think that they have as much meaning as other parties in the episode do, right? You don't ascribe as much meaning to gifts. It's only upon the end of the episode and losing that ring and realizing how much you didn't want to lose it that you maybe start to empathize with Fern a little bit more. There's also a great setup, I believe it's episode 12 as well, where she opens her briefcase and there's a ring. Before she finds the hamburger recipe. So yeah, just some nice planting. I remember noticing the ring. I'm like, oh, I wonder what that ring's about. And now I know. Zion has a pretty terrible line here where he says men don't care about anniversaries and birthdays, and then he gets a kick for his trouble. Which, I mean, is probably worth it, yeah. Nice really subtle moment here as well. Just before Zion walks out the door, initially he says, I feel sorry for Stark. His heart's probably going wild because of this girl or whatever the hell. His emotions aren't in check. And then just briefly pauses before exiting the room and probably going outside to have a smoke, right? I think you should go after him. Just thinks about it for a second. Thinks, okay. Maybe I should impart some wisdom here. Maybe I should try to be communicate with the party a little bit. Participate. Frieren parrots the same point, saying that Fern should go after Stark. Again, I'm of the belief that Stark should be trying to make amends himself, and he eventually does. I think it's important to discuss Stark's motivation here. Stark didn't not buy a gift because he didn't care about Fern. He didn't buy a gift because he wanted it to be something good, right? And maybe upon learning this and seeing how important it was, now he wants to rectify things and get her to come with him and get something good, but he doesn't know how to approach that situation. He doesn't want to get yelled at again. He doesn't want to lose the respect of Fern. Okay, I see that. That's a better angle for Stark to come at this through. Cyan goes to the markets and picks out a pouch that has a butterfly on it, very similar to the ornament that's in her hair. It's a very weird sequence here, right? Fern comments that it's a cute pouch, but potentially in a bit of a sarcastic way. Zion says, "You don't like it?" And then she said, "No, I don't like how accustomed you seem to the company of women." I don't understand what that's supposed to mean there. Is he a bit of a playboy? I didn't really get that vibe. I think it's more just the fact that he's an adult and knows how these things work a little bit more. I think constantly through the episode, or this portion of the episode, Zion comes at this from an adult point of view, seeing this as frivolous and not very important, before pausing a number of times and thinking about it, going, okay, these kids are they're in their late teens. They're kids, right? Like, this is their first time doing any of this stuff. I gotta be a little bit more gentle. I gotta show them through a little bit more, right? So he gives the piece of advice. I think even though Stark forgot, you probably came off a bit harsh, but then Fern explains her point of view. I gave Mr. Stark a present on his birthday. His only job was to reciprocate. But again, really? Did you choose one with him? Very, very important distinction, right? I think the argument we're maybe trying to make here as well is that you're forcing your importance of birthdays onto him, I guess. The only reason that he got a gift is because you went with him and prompted him to get a gift. Is it then correct to want something reciprocated when you don't go with them as well? If that makes any sense? When you're not, when you're not coming at it from the same angle, the exact same angle, right? You're expecting him to do something when you set the precedent. Yeah, okay. All right. I get this point a little bit more. So again, you're probably bad at communicating. You probably, even if you don't realize it yet, like Stark a little bit, want to get him something nice, so you went and got him something for his birthday, right? So again, we should do the exact same thing. Give Stark the chance to do the same thing you did. He's just a kid. He's slow on the uptake. He'll get there eventually. I think we note later as well that Fern went to Zion for advice because he reminds her of Haita, which is important for Zion's characterization as well, and considering himself an adult. And that whole time, it was very smick. He bought her a gift during that process, right? Now I've made everything right? I got her a gift, I made everything correct. Everything sits right with this relationship now here too. I'm really liking this sub-theme as well, kind of Stark admiring Himmel, right? And we constantly get reminded of Himmel's failings from the previous adventure as well, and how he may not be this idolized version of himself. I really like this following through, right? Because again, at the end of the episode, we see Himmel buy a gift He realized the importance of it, but again, probably didn't properly communicate it as well as he probably could have, right? People only know how you feel if you tell them. You know how easy it is to gain favor with me? He apologized and everything was fine. He said sorry. He made sure he said sorry first, and then he explained his point of view. Like, again, sorry goes a long way. Again, I didn't want to choose you a shit gift. I wanted you to come along with me. Like, let's just do this thing. That sounds like a plan. The body language of this scene's great as well. I love Fern running on over very quickly to his side. Very cool. Like, in conflict initially, nervous, looking away, and then eye contact, say sorry, and then she runs along to his side. I think some hand-holding would have gone very well here, but maybe I'm rushing things. Frieren's being a creep, just making sure everything's going okay, being a little rat rooftop person. It's pretty cool. This is a really good line from Cyan as well, right? Like, you understand relationships better when you're older, right? So you begin to avoid such arguments. And these arguments, these first experiences, they're a privilege of the young. To not understand all the implications that come with things and social faux pas and all that kind of stuff, right? Can Frieren relate to this? Has she lived a life in the same way that Cyan and other humans have? Maybe not. Maybe she leans a little bit more on the Stark and Fern end sometimes, not fully understanding the social situations that she's in. I thought I'd just chime in here and say, because I don't think I got this point across very well in the video proper, there's this sense of nostalgia across Zion's character basically the whole time, right, in everything that he does, where it's this kind of missed opportunity type energy. It's this reminiscing, it's this looking back. It's this idolization of this time when he didn't know everything and he wasn't an adult, right? It definitely fits with his initial intro of being somebody that thinks it's too late for him and somebody that thinks that the world has passed him by and he's doomed to this life of mediocrity or whatever the hell. In this particular scene, the praise from Frieren is actually really nice in this regard. It proves that he is an adult. It proves that he has utility to the party. It proves that he actually has come a long way. He has grown up despite what he thinks internally. It's a really good scene. I just wanted to make sure that I got across all the reasons why. We spell it out overtly with this line about, must be tough on you taking care of 2 kids, and then it's like, no, it was 3 kids, right? We don't have a true adult here. As I've explained before, Fern went to Zion because I think on a subconscious level probably reminded her of Haita. That's the person I get advice from, that's my guardian, that's the person that brought me up. And this is a great moment for Zion as well. Again, I feel like I say it every video. Everyone has something to do. Everyone just learned something from this little segment. Like Zion second-guessing himself here, right? She shouldn't be comparing me to such a great priest, right? But isn't it such a compliment that she did, right? And now, as a matter of perspective, Frieren can now tell you that he wasn't the great priest that he was in his older age, right? He was like you, depraved and corrupted and that kind of thing. Even though you're probably worse. That's weird. I have the perspective of him as a kind, dependable old man. Yeah, that's because you saw him after he brought up Fern, right? Yeah, Haicha's got some great stuff here, right? Like, the truth is, the me in my mind has hardly changed since I was a child, right? And that whole time during our adventure, I was merely pretending to be an adult, right? Pretending to be that ideal grown-up, faking it until I made it. Something that I'm sure we can all, at least if we're adults, that we can all relate to, right? You don't just wake up one day and, get insurance on your car. You gotta make those steps. You gotta make it happen. And the first step is trying. And then you do it the next year, and then you do it the next year, and it gets a little bit easier each time, and before you know it, bang, you're an adult. That's just how it works. I don't know if car insurance is the best example there, but you know what I mean. But the connection we make here, of course, is that children need adults around them, so they force you to grow up. They force you to make responsible decisions and do the right thing. Because now you're their role model. You need to be important for them, right? Like, it's no coincidence Haita's no longer doing the booze thing and, running amok. He's got a small child to worry about now. So now we're bringing back this, which I believe is from the Craft episode, which was episode 11, right? Who will praise you, Haita, right, for pretending, for doing all this good adult stuff, right? For doing things the right way. Of course, it'll be the goddess in the next life or whatever the hell. And much like Haita did for Frieren back in the day, praising her for her hard work of kind of the magic levels and keeping that controlled or whatever the hell, right? Kind of hiding her power level. Hytha praised her for being able to do that for such a long time, right? Now Frieren's returning the favor for a similar thing, for pretending to be something you're not for such a long time. For your whole entire life, I'll praise you with a head pat. Look, it's head patting Frieren. Hell yeah. So yeah, Frieren being a good friend. Hytha ends the scene by saying he'll tell the goddess that Frieren should be praised by her as well. And here's the kicker. We come back to this scene. All that power that was just in that flashback we just got is now being put onto Zion, right? Through the head pat. This is approval. This is you did a good job. This is praise. This is something that the goddess would do for you in the next life or whatever the hell. I'm just giving it to you now. And yeah, think you're a proper adult. Hell fucking yeah. We love ending a segment on a joke though. There was the joke there where it's like, why couldn't it have been an Onesan type doing this to me? Oh no. And then, yeah, okay, this is interesting too, right? Neither of them know the context of the symbol here and how important it is, but now I understand Stark's trepidation. It's not about how expensive it is, it's gauging her reaction. Interesting. Love that. Now we move into the second half of the episode. We have Old Mate on his cart offering to take them to the next town or whatever. Give them passage. He also does it as a little bit of an advertising technique. He runs an accessory shop. This will become plot relevant towards the end of the segment. Frieren notices Fern's bracelet. We don't really reveal that it's a birthday gift yet, even though we should be able to imply that if Frieren was thinking about that at all, but she's not. Either way, she's thinking about the design on it. I think Himmel gave me one with a very similar design. Cue the joke where she doesn't know where it is, right? Because she's very disorganized. Look at all the bullshit she carries with her. Hell yeah. Just at that moment, and I thought that the ring might have been magic or something. I thought it was the fucking one ring and it exploded or something. You know when fucking Gimli hits it with his axe and it explodes? I was thinking it was something like that or something. But no. It was way more stupid. They got picked up by an avian monster who are very cunning and skilled at concealing their mana, right? So they snuck up on them and took the whole carriage. I think this is where we get some relatively interesting bit of lore. It's only relatively recently since humans, and probably by extension elves, have been able to fly, right? 40 years or so. Until then, the skies were the exclusive domain of demons and monsters. I think we say here that we don't really understand the pure mechanics of the spell yet. It's still in its infancy, right? We can't adapt our technique without understanding the principles behind it, and we don't. And things larger than humans can only be made to fly briefly as a result of this. This is our level right now. So then we land on, hey, why don't we, momentarily elevate the carriage before crashing into the ground, right? It'll be a timing thing. Initially, we run with the joke of, I'll take the salesman, Fern, you take Zion, right? And Stark, you just jump down. Because why aren't you similar to Eisen, who, went head first off cliffs? Like this? What are we doing here, guys? And then he just gets up like it's fine. Yeah, that just goes to show that Eisen was far from normal, as opposed to this being expected of every warrior. Your only experience with a warrior was one that was very different from the norm. So then Fern instead suggests the whole levitate carriage idea. If we fuck up, then we'll be turned into mincemeat, which doesn't sound very good. Either way, we should hurry up, because this beast, it kind of drops its prey to kill it, right? Slams it into the ground. So it's do or die, basically. So Frieren continues to, not give a fuck at all. She just murders. She doesn't give a shit. I guess it's a monster, sure. But, I don't know. It's funny. So then we're falling out of the sky, and presumably we're going to use the levitate spell 1 second before we crash into the ground. Look, it's still working on the horse, though. That's a pretty funny visual. This whole initial skit then turns plot important when the carriage is smashed. We can't go where we were going anymore, right? We need to stop and repair it. And that makes up the bulk of the time left in this segment. Cue the musical montage through the middle of the episode where we're repairing the carriage. Frieren briefly then talks about the ring as well and how she's lost it, so bringing up that, oh, where did that go? Not explicitly talking about the ring, but we can infer as such. We bring back up the bracelet from earlier in the segment when Zion brings it up. We learn of Stark's exhaustive process of picking up a gift, gauging Fern's reaction, and then getting it for her if she seemed to like it. Again, I'm sure we can all relate to this, at least a little bit, right? It's never take her to get a gift and she just says what she wants and we leave, right? Instead, it's more about what would you think looks good on me? That's what's important about it, right? It's important that you chose something that you think would look good on her. It forces you to think about her. It forces you to think about, your personal taste. It gives her insight into your personal taste. Very high school, right? Very, very high school. Again, it's not about what you got. It's about you thinking it looked good on her. I just want to emphasize that theme of the episode. It's not about the material value of the object, right? It's about the feelings involved within. That's all it's about. I like them walking off and having this conversation as well when, again, Fern can clearly hear everything that's going on. But Stark's glad that he took the effort because it seems like Fern likes it. And yeah, she does. And then Zine gives a little bit of lore knowledge, right? That design is of the mirrored lotus. In the language of flowers, it means eternal love. So it has a lot more, I guess, romantic baggage attached to it than probably Stark wants to assign to it at this point, right? But I think there's an element of destiny to this, right? There's an element of, oh, you got me this, years later. It's like, oh, it was meant to be this love between Fern and Stark, or whatever the hell. That's where I think we're going narratively anyway. Like, even if Fern didn't know what it meant, it's clearly the one that meant the most to her. And is there some magic in that, especially with the language of flowers? I don't know. She likes it. That's what's important here and now in this moment, right? I think Stark makes another fuck up here. What you need to do, instead of like going, "Ooh, gross, I don't think about you like that." Ooh. You say, "Oh, sorry, it wasn't my intention to, I hope this didn't make you uncomfortable," right? You come at it at a level, if that makes any sense. Like you were very professional about it instead of freaking out. Again, very high school response. See, oh yeah, it was a misunderstanding. I actually don't like you at all. Bad angle to come at it from. Stark ponders if he should buy her a replacement. Fern hates the idea. These two should just get on with it and kiss already. I think that's the way we should go with this. And again, Zine here, audience surrogate. He knows exactly what's going on. We continue to repair the carriage. We continue with our musical montage. We murder the fuck out of this fucking piece of game over here. A bit of a brutal way. No blood on the axe, though, so I guess it was okay. Maybe, again, it was like a bump on the head. There's a little bit more of a blunt strike. Yeah, say, rather than blood. Is that humane? I don't know. Anyway, it's really not important. It looks pretty good food, though. Either way, the kicker here is that Frieren is waking up in the night and looking for her missing ring. There was one other thing I just thought about as well, right? Frieren hates waking up early, right? She loves to sleep in. She loves getting her sleep. It's one of her most important character traits. She is foregoing that to find this ring. That's how much importance she's placing on it, even if she acts very low-key. Okay, gotcha. As we see at the end of the musical montage segment here, the carriage is repaired before Fern finds Frieren in the night looking for the ring. Like, she's basically getting her mom on at the moment, right? Like, there's two sides to Fern, right? There's the mom, but then I think there's the sentimental, there's the romantic, right? Where, like, okay, Frieren, you gotta go to bed, because we gotta, get up early and get on the carriage and get moving, right? But then as soon as she learns that the ring is missing, right? Now knowing what the mirrored lotus means as well, we need to find the ring. It's way more important. We'll delay the trip. Like this reaction here, right? Like right here, it's the ring Himmel gave me. Like, if VLC wanted to behave, right here. Like, it's almost horror. Like, oh shit, we do need to find this. Frieren being very selfless. If I don't find it tonight, I'll give up on it. Himmel's given me plenty of other things. It's fine. I'm also used to losing things, which is sad, right? Because, again, the premise of the show. Fern here explains what the symbol on the ring meant, but Frieren thinks it doesn't matter. I doubt Himmel knew what it meant either. This is where, when I look at the camera and I'm like, come on. Come on, that's the exact thing that Himmel would know about. I was wondering what we were going to do with the shopkeeper guy, and as we learned, he has the Deus Ex Machina spell that's going to fix this, right? Like, literally, I've got the perfect spell for the situation. I've got the spell in my hand. I was going to give it to you as a reward for saving me, essentially. Like, to find lost accessories. Isn't that so perfect? And again, him being an accessory shop owner, this piece of knowledge here, it just clicks. It's good. We also pair this spell sequence with a beautifully animated sequence where, the spell is used and we get the context as to what the initial buying of the ring was like. Yeah, it's just gorgeously animated. I don't know what to tell you. It almost looks unreal. I don't know how they did this, actually. I guess it's just a shit ton of frames. Like, that stuff in particular looks incredible right there. Like, it's almost CG. Is it CG on the hair and the scarf and stuff? maybe? So this is paying off from the very start of the episode where Himmel says they're going to go shopping later. Essentially, he's buying her a gift for defeating the Demon King, right? Some kind of memento of their journey. Frieren herself would have preferred something from the magic shop, which is very within her character. So she almost randomly just picked this ring, right? Just this one. Again, doesn't know what it means, but this one will do. Himmel is disappointed that she didn't put more, thought into it and effort and that kind of thing, right? It isn't how he envisioned it in his head. Oh, and this is tragic now, because Himmel knows what this means, right? But then still chooses not to tell her. Tells her through an action later on, even if she's too dense to get it. And then we're back to current day. Like, this is Frieren thinking about that moment, thinking about what it all meant, thinking about what Himmel was feeling in that moment, feeling some sense of melancholy. Like, why is she so attached to this ring? That's so cool. This is really cool. This is really well written. I think I'm almost underselling this. The amount of complexity in the emotions of the frame that's on screen right now is kind of insane. All the feelings that Himmel, having finished his 10-year journey with Frieren, would be feeling right now. Like a now or never type feeling to it, right? If it's, going a true romantic direction, right? And it's this irony that she picked it, being oblivious, not knowing what I really meant this whole time, not knowing how I felt, but still loving her anyway. It's such a good look. This frame is incredible. It's incredible. And then, finds the ring. It's all very gorgeous and beautiful and stuff. Frieren puts out her hand to receive the ring, but Himmel's got bigger plans, more grander ideas, where he dives down to one knee, clock tower in the background, connecting it to the first scene, and puts a ring on her finger. On her ring finger, right? I don't know if you guys are familiar with the process in humanity that we call proposing, but this is very similar to it. It's basically, I want to spend the rest of my life with you type move. You are unimaginably dense. Again, if the same tradition exists in this world, I guess I should say, right? But again, this is shorthand for I love you, and you don't see it. And that's tragic, I think, right? Because you realize too late what he meant by all this, I think. Yeah, I'm loving this kind of stuff. This is just great. He's so smooth with it, too. What a Chad. Hell yeah, we love Himmel. The final scene here starts with Fern, I'm guessing teasing Frieren a little bit. Aren't you happy we didn't give up on it? And then she pauses for a second, looks at the ring, grasps it in her hand, holds it to her heart, says maybe. still being a little bit obtuse all the way through to now. But again, Ferns isn't like that. No, Mr. Stark, he's an idiot. That's the reason why he got me this. It's not as important and romantic as the Himmel story we just saw. We'll see. Time will tell. And yeah, into the ED and finishing off that episode, which was, again, fantastic. This show's really good. I don't know if you heard. Somebody should have told me this was really good. I didn't know. So yeah, episode 14, a banger. We're on a hot streak. I reckon 12, 13, 14, that's real strong. And 9 and 10 weren't bad either. 11's pretty good too. We're on a hot streak. This show's fucking good. Yeah, I basically loved it. It's also soft sailing our ships, I guess, which is Stark and Fern, as well as Frieren and Himmel. Again, that ship can't really happen, considering, the premise of the show. But yeah, I would like to see some other confirmations of it regardless, right? We get a better understanding of why Himmel felt that way about the secret seduction technique from episode 13 as well. But yeah, loving the show. It's fantastic. I just want to see more of it all the time, basically. But we're going to leave it at 1 because I have to record a movie tomorrow, so I say I have to, but it'll be a lot of fun as well, I'm hoping. But yeah, thanks for watching. I guess I'm going to do a little bit of show stuff. If you like the video, consider liking the video. If you like the video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. Comment below anything you thought about the episode, anything I could do to improve my presentation. Comment below. I'm doing follow for follow on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter if you'd like me to follow you back. And the Discord. Join Discord, love Discord, Discord. Get those new show recommendations for the channel stuff in, because polls will happen soon. Sooner than you think. And yeah, thanks for watching here today. It was a blast. And I'll catch you guys next week for episodes 15, 16. Yeah, something like that. Alright. Signing off. Cheerio. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.